Alrighty, we are live. We are live. What's happening, everybody? Sawadee Kap, Sawadee Ton Chow. Good morning. It's another beautiful day here in Bangkok. Nevertheless, I would like to get out of Bangkok again. Good morning to all. Good morning to everyone everywhere. Nice day out. And you know what? I cannot tell how much they've done on the SkyTrain. I can't say, oh, it looks like it's getting so much. It's so much closer now. I can't say that. It looks like, let me see. Hang on here. Maybe that'll make it a little clearer. Anyway, it's kind of hard to see what's been done and what hasn't been done in the last couple of weeks. So today we're going to talk a little about what's going on with the visa, the visas to get in. What do you need? I mean, you know, they've just made it. Carlos, how you doing, buddy? You know, they have so much going for them here. It's like they can almost trip over their own feet as much as they want, and they're still going to come out smelling like roses. And as much as people are complaining about, oh, you got to show the vaccination and you got to have insurance, you know what? Most people aren't going to have a problem with it. Yeah, big shout out goes out to Carlos and Mr. Billy. Both of them been a little under the weather, although I think 2Q Asia is okay again. What does this mean for you? What does this mean for you, Carlos, as far as coming over here? Or does it mean anything? To some people, it's not a big deal. You know, you've had your vaccination shots, you've had your booster, whatever. You've got insurance. I mean, like for me, it's for us, for our family, it's not a problem. But we're not, we never were someone who said, oh, you can't take the vaccines, they're going to kill you. We're not anti-vaxxers. I didn't really want to get vaccinated because who does, really? For most people, I think it's not a big deal. However, where I find a little bit of trouble with it, and I don't know really how much I find with this, because quite frankly, I just saw that it was finalized like yesterday, and because of that, you know, there hasn't been much time for people to get with the program. They're starting this 1 o'clock tonight. Yeah, 1 o'clock in the morning coming up, which will be the 9th. That's when it starts. So you don't have much time, you know, as long as you have insurance that covers COVID, as long as you have been vaccinated. If you haven't been vaccinated, at the very least, they're going to make you test and they may ask you to vaccinate. They've said, well, there are vaccination shots available, however, at your own cost. So they're not going to cover it. Like they covered all 3 of mine. I didn't have to pay for any of them. Not that it really mattered, but I'm interested in knowing what people think now, because are they shooting the golden goose? Are they in a bad way now? Because you know what? I hate to say this, but as many times as I've counted Thailand out, as many times as I've thought, oh, you know, they're really doing it now, they always come back. And the reason that they come back is because they have resources here. They have natural resources. Now, obviously, there may come a day when their natural resources dwindle. Let's hope not. But you know, just a timeout from this whole lockdown that's gone on off and on for the last couple of years has given the oceans in Thailand a little time to regenerate, and I think it's been good. But I think they really need to watch it, and I don't know, you know, I don't know how they could get, how does Bhutan get away with charging per day and Thailand can't? Maybe because when they started, that's how they started. I don't know, because I don't know their history, but I would think they're gonna, if they have the yeah, so if you got to show your vaccination in the Philippines, huh? Well, I got messaged by a guy, and he and his girl were coming to Thailand on the 22nd, and they were wondering, oh, well, what are we going to do? We're not vaccinated. Well, guess what? You're not going to be vaccinated. So you're going to have to take your chances and fly. That's if they'll let you even get on the plane, which is what I said to him. They may not even let you on the plane if you can't show vaccination records, which I'm finding a bit troubling because not everybody wants to get vaccinated. So that just means, oh, well, now you're not allowed to travel to this country. You can't come to Thailand. You can't come to other countries. I mean, I don't know. Considering supposedly we're past all this, you know, now I'm going to go inside. The only reason I was out here is because it's nice and cool. And I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. The only reason I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt is because, props to my wife again, I've been throwing out clothes and looking at my clothes, and you know, as most guys do, or most females I would think do. You know, you throw away your old stuff, the stuff that's got all kinds of holes eventually, and you know. Well, I found a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, this is all yellowing. Yeah, it was said that you have to show proof before you start your trip. Exactly. So if you're not vaccinated, you might be just totally screwed. I don't know. Maybe if you get one vax and they say, okay, we'll let you. I don't know. I don't see it happening because the airlines are pretty strict about it. And I can see that causing some problems. I'm waiting to see what happens. Anyway, getting back to the wife, you know, she got my clothes. She did something to them. She worked her magic, and now they're like brand new. This shirt is one of them. It's like brand new. I never really wore it. I don't know why. Anyway, the airlines are going to ask, and so this is gonna. Right now, this is already causing turmoil. And let me go back inside here. I just wanted to sit out here because it was nice and cool. The Christmas tree is down. The Christmas walkway walking in is up. As is, there's an homage to the princess as you walk into the door, which I have some photos of that. And then, hey Joe. And then I've just been trying to figure out how much has been done here. I think it's been done on the lower level where it's going to be, I guess this part right here is going to connect with this, which connects down at the end there, which goes to Ramkhameng Boulevard, which goes to Cassette, which goes to Nawamin. I mean, it's crazy how much more is going to be done. And actually, I wanted to go somewhere today. I just debated, should I go, shouldn't I go? It's about an hour and 15 minutes from my house, this place I wanted to go. And I chose not to go because of traffic and just because I didn't feel like sitting 2 hours each way in a vehicle. And if this public transportation was complete, it would be so much easier to go where I wanted to go. I'd just jump on a train, I'd switch in one train, and it would drop me off not far from where I want to go, which is, believe it or not, a temple. And I will go there eventually, but today was not a good day. The timing was not right. So anyway, let me go back inside here. Before I get into today's subject matter in depth, before we get into it in depth, let me just say neither of those girls are here right now. Sorry to tell you. Hang on one moment. I got to do something real quick technically. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. Okay. Should work. How you doing there, Alpharetta Jim? Long time no see. Well, I don't know what's going on here. Unable to connect to chat. So I am going to talk a little bit about what's going on here, and personally, I think it's a political move. Okay, here we go. We're back on now. Chuck, why are you... Chuck, go in the stream. Hang on a second. I got Chucky messaging me. The airlines will follow the requirements because they have to foot the cost of return. Yes, exactly. So they're not going to play games. Preo is number one. I would, you know, I can't say that I know them really all that well when it comes to, you know, in personal situations. I don't. If you were to go strictly on looks, I would say you're probably correct. But they're both very nice girls. That's what I'll say. All right. So we listened to, what's her name? Taylor Swift. Okay, so here's the deal. Now, I posted these yesterday. If I can find them. So I'm going to read the message that I got from this guy and what I found from the public relations department. They're the first ones that come out and issue any formal statements. Most of the time when you get something that's a formal announcement, it comes from the, you know, as you would think, from the press department. Let's see here, what am I looking for? So, yeah, I know what I'm looking for now. Oh, right in front of me. I can't handle the the Taylor Swift in the background. It's too much for me. So, this guy wrote, he's a subscriber from Belgium. He's married to a Thai woman, and they have 3 girls. We've got tickets to go to Thailand on the 22nd of January, and we have done 0 COVID jabs. Now must prove 2 jabs to enter Thailand if this applies. What do you think about that? Those rules, COVID and insurance, will be asked and have a suggestion. Well, now they've been formalized, and yes, they are. You do need to have them. I don't know if Belgium. We thank you very much. Okay. I don't know. See, the rule is now that if the country you're coming from requires a PCR test, then you need to have insurance. Oh, Gennaro, there you are. What's happening? Missed you last time I was in Bangkok. All the PI now. All right, so let's see here what I wrote. Ministry of Public Health prepared measures to prevent COVID-19 as Thailand welcomes more tourists. They're talking about the Chinese who are coming in. And it confirmed that tourists from all countries are treated the same. Here is the thing about all the countries doing the same thing. There were no problems before the Chinese were let out of their country and allowed to travel. When this happens, which is, I guess, tonight at 1 o'clock in the morning, they're the only ones who people are worried about. Nobody's worried about everybody else, or they would not have let them in without seeing their vaccination records. So for this whole time, we haven't been showing our vaccination papers. Even I go out of the country, you come back in, I don't have to show them anything, nothing. But now, because the Chinese are coming, we got to show papers. And, you know, where's the logic? You talk about reverse discrimination. Because Anutin is the same guy who called all of us foreigners. This is what he did. He said, came from filthy foreigners, the filthy foreigners. Now, obviously, there are some filthy foreigners out there. And it depends on what you're referring to as filthy. But obviously, he also didn't know what the hell he was talking about as health minister. He had no clue what he was talking about. Well, let's blame it on the foreigners. Oh, why don't you blame it on the Chinese? So if you want to do anything, stop the Chinese from coming in. Make the Chinese show all their paperwork. But see, you won't do that. He won't do that because he doesn't want to offend the Chinese government who feels like they're being picked on. You know. Wow. Well, let me tell you something. We did notice. I didn't notice in Pattaya because I was staying at a villa with a couple other guys that I knew, and some of you guys know. So I didn't have to worry about where was I going to stay, what was I going to do, or anything like that. But in Chiang Mai, I got to tell you, man, rooms were a bit scarce. I mean, you could find rooms if you looked for a reasonable price, but there weren't all that many. There were a lot of people out and about, and it was surprising. So, well, this is this is about as far as it goes with me. I can have my thoughts on this, but obviously, what am I going to do? I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to scream bloody murder. I'm not, listen, they have the right to do what they want. If you don't like it here, the bottom line is you don't have to come here. You don't have to stay here. There's a lot of things I don't like, but there's things that I don't like in the United States. There's things I don't like in other countries. So, no matter where you go, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. There's going to be stuff that you don't like, people telling you what to do that you don't like, you don't agree with, and you're going to have to do it, or you're going to lose out. FOMO, baby. For those people who don't want to vaccinate, then guess what? They're not going to be able to come to Thailand. Okay. Then they can have the attitude, okay, screw Thailand. I don't need to. I don't need to go there. Oh, you're back already. Okay. Well, that's good timing then. Yes, please leave. If you're in Thailand, then enjoy it. That's what I would say. Why would you want to leave? Of course, all those guys who think it's paradise here. It's paradise, man. It's paradise. Good for you. I'm glad you think it's paradise. If it really is paradise for you, then why would you want to leave? Oh, I got you, Carlos. Okay. I don't control the music here. They don't give me that much control here. They don't give me that much control. Maybe one day, but I kind of doubt it. If it were the girls, and I said this was too loud, they would turn it down for me, but that'd be about it. You see that these are some of the questions that, it's going to be hard to find out until after the fact. So I feel sorry for the people who are like right at the deadline and they have to find out the hard way. But I would think, if you're going to extend a visa, you can extend your visa inside of Thailand. So you don't need to go out, at least in most cases. I believe if you're going to extend you're going to extend like a marriage certificate, then if you're going out, you got to come back in. You're going to need to show insurance when you come back in. They're not going to let you on the plane. That's if everything is as they say, which who knows at this point. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Remember to leave a thumbs up, please. Supposedly helps with the algorithm. I don't want to be a smart ass, but sometimes I think it does, and sometimes I don't think it does. But what does it matter? Thumbs up are better than thumbs down, but you do what you want to do. I'm in one of those moods. It's official. It's official, man. It's official. Thank you for leaving those thumbs up. It is official. Thai people, they are not required to do that. So, if you're doing it on a purely scientific reasons, then why would Thai people, why would they not need to show their vaccination records? Why do they not need to, but everybody else does? How does that make sense from a scientific perspective? It doesn't. From a political standpoint, okay. And that's why I think politics has won out here over the science, over safety, over caring for your people. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I don't know when it's supposedly going to be finished. I don't think they really know. I think they just throw out a date. I saw it was the end of this month, but I don't know. I wouldn't trust any one source. I've seen this information in 3 or 4 places now, and in the beginning I didn't believe everything, and it was, oh no, they're not sure yet what they're going to do. Now it's a sure thing, and it's official. So I don't think it's Chinese New Year. I think it is the last day of January. But who knows? I mean, you know, they could change it and not say anything. I mean, they're not the best at relaying information in a timely and accurate fashion. I mean, this is, you know, imagine, there it go, I high. Well, you know, if you listen to Anaton, he doesn't want people coming here for the marijuana industry either. So they're not allowed to come for sex. They're not allowed to come for marijuana. They're only allowed to come see the temples and visit the beaches, I guess. I don't know. What time is it here? 9:30. Would you need insurance? Well, you're going to need a vaccination. You're going to need vaccination certificates no matter what. So, I mean, there's nothing that you, unless you're a citizen of this country, considered a Thai by the country, no, you're not going to be able to get in here without a vaccination record, without the shots. Insurance is another story. I don't know. Yeah, be more Ron. And you think there aren't any dirty, diseased Thai people here? People get dirty and diseased sometimes. It happens. And in Thailand, I would say there's a hell of a lot more dirty, diseased Thais than there are dirty, diseased foreigners. So to make the statement publicly as a public official that you're blaming it all on the filthy foreigners. Listen, I'm not somebody who's real sensitive, but you gotta say, dude's a little on the racist side. That's a bit of a harsh statement. CASHAPP, that was one of the first places I went almost 30 years ago. I don't dare go back because I don't want to see what it's turned into from 30 years ago. I'm sure it's very nice still, but I mean, I remember what it was like back then. It would be a shame if they screwed it up. Proof of shot or doctor certificate showing you, yeah, if you had COVID. Fly to Bangkok early February from the Philippines. I got vax cert, so I guess I just need the COVID insurance to get in. Yeah, either that or just whatever your insurance is, make sure that they cover COVID, and then you're cool. Should be good to go. Yeah, that's another thing. You know, I got a message from my buddy Tom. I don't think the test doesn't matter. the test doesn't matter. As long as you have your vaccination records and insurance. There is no PCR test prior to, yeah. Now they may make you, when you land, if you don't, I don't know how you would get on the plane without any vaccination records. Why they would let somebody come on the plane. Because they've already released the regulations, so I don't see them doing that. So you're not going to be able to get on a plane if you haven't been vaccinated. They effectively locked out the anti-vaxxers. They locked them out. You know. They know all the Chinese are going to be vaccinated before they come over here. Anyway, let me read this here. Been losing my train of thought. For visitors to Thailand, self-protection is strongly recommended following universal prevention measures, such as wearing a face mask, washing hands frequently, and taking an ATK test if they have symptoms. I mean, washing the hands, generally, I think most people wash their hands, at least a few times a day. If you have not been jabbed, this is what I said. This is my response. They won't let you in, or they'll let you in. You got one of two things. You'll get in or you won't get in. But if they let you in, then that's great. If you've got everything, then you're good to go. If you don't, they could make you test immediately upon entry, and then make you test a few days down the road. They could ask you to get vaccinated. Who knows? But I don't see that they'll be able to get you in. Any non-Thai 18 years or over. Yeah. So basically, they got, if you want to come here, they got you by the short and curlies. It's that simple. Now, let me read something else here that he said here. Oh yeah, so now the other thing that they're wondering about is when the Chinese are getting ready to leave, they're going to need their RT-PCR test 48 hours before returning home. They don't know if their infrastructure is still sound enough for them to be able to handle all the Chinese that need to do this. Where are we? Hey Tom, good morning. Anyone can come to Oz unvaxxed as well, except Chinese. Okay. I mean, I don't want to feel like I'm walking on eggshells here, because I don't feel the need to do that because I'm talking about China. But that's how the governments are. The U.S. government, the Thai government, they're all like they're walking on eggshells. We don't want to offend them. Listen, it is what it is. Their government felt the need to lock down. I don't even know how much was locked down and what they've been doing. I haven't even been following it, because really, if it hasn't affected me, I haven't cared. Well, now it's starting to. It might affect me. I don't think it will, because I'm covered. My insurance covers COVID. We're all covered in the family, and we have our vaccinations. So I don't think, for us, it doesn't matter. So I'm not complaining because oh, well, it affects me. No, it doesn't affect me. I'm complaining because I think they're kowtowing to the Chinese government. What does that matter, though? What does it matter? Nobody cares. Yeah, okay, so big deal. It happens all the time. I mean, when it comes down to it, what are you going to do about it? You're not going to do anything. Isn't that what it always comes down to, Gennaro? It comes down to money too much, money not enough. That's what it comes down to. But what I'm curious is, out of all you guys who have trips planned, does this affect you in a negative way? Does it affect any of you where you're like, oh, now I got to get insurance, or, you know, because I know some people that they're like, I don't want insurance, I don't need insurance, I have money to pay. If something happens to me, I'm not worried about it, you know. Rome. Okay, wow, that's nice. Yes, Gennaro, that would be nice if you guys hooked up in Rome. You could live stream from there. Zero effect zero. Yeah, exactly. I was going to Laos tomorrow. Trip canceled. I mean, yeah. What can you say? You're going to Laos. You're unvaxxed, so you know that. I mean, you could say, listen. Even me, I could say, oh well, I'm vaxxed. Yeah, but that country, if you're vaxxed, they won't let you in. It's the same thing. You happen to be unvaxxed. You know, it could happen the other way around. But enough people believe that the vaccinations are worthwhile and legit to where they got vaccinated. The minority are unvaxxed. So you're I think about the second or third person that I've referred to who doesn't have their vaccinations. And believe me, I don't agree with what they're doing. I'm not saying that they should keep your ass out. I'm not saying that. Because I don't think they should. I think they need to make specific rules for the Chinese and stop worrying about people going to get pissed off. Well, that's the thing. And when people want to go on a holiday, they don't want to worry about, am I going to be able to get back in? Do I have to show my vaccination records? Do I have to bring that paper? What if I lose my paper? You know. Crazy how quick things change. I just got back from Thailand. However, when I went, I didn't have to show or prove anything. Yeah, I mean, you know, me getting back from, when I came back from Vietnam and Laos, I didn't have to show anything. Traveling around, haven't had to wear any mask. Now they're going to say, if you're on an airline or in public transportation, you are supposed to wear a mask now. And it's like, no, they're recommending that. They're not saying that you have to, but they're recommending it, and that's confusing for people. If you say you recommend, that means it's a suggestion. It doesn't mean it has to be. So if somebody doesn't wear a mask, you don't have the right to get frustrated, irritated, to tell them they need to wear a mask. You don't have any of that. Unless maybe it's a private establishment. You know. I don't even carry a mask with me anymore. I don't have a mask on me right now. And I'm not trying to just be anti-establishment. I just don't think that it does a bit of good anymore. And you got all these people that are wearing it. This guy's not wearing it. There's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 people, 9 people. 9 people wearing masks, 2 people not wearing masks. And then the 2 employees wearing their masks. I'm triple vaxxed, but my travel insurance is just basic, not including COVID. It's not insured as mine. Yeah, you got to be sure of that, Mark. I was inside town and unvaccinated, and had no issues except for re-entry. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. They make it to where it's so hard to win. And you know, this reminds me of a shell game. That's what it reminds me of. And it also reminds me of like the phone service plans. Like when you want to get phone service from one of the major providers, and they go, oh, we've got this plan, and we've got that plan, and we've got, before you know it, they've given you 25 different plans. You're not sure which is the best one. They're all the same to you, and you're like, and then you go, which one do you think I should get? And then they mealy mouth, and they don't tell you, oh, this is the one for you. You try to, I mean, you know, it's the same thing. This is what they do. They play the game. They switch one with another, and then before you know it, you're like, how do I get in? And then, you know, they say they want people to come in, but this is gonna set things back. Americans have a lot of freedom anti-maskers and some of the highest COVID death rates. Probably coincidental. I don't know about that. I don't know if that's true or untrue. And if they don't want to wear their mask, I don't think they should have to. Don't wear it. Up to you. I flew to JL twice this year at mask request. Well, when they request, does that mean they're telling you to do it? Do you have to do it? Or are they asking you? Because a request is an ask. It's not a tell. Yeah, that's the other thing. Supposedly they prevent you from dying. Listen, there were 2-3 times where I was like, man, I feel a little under the weather, kind of like I got a cold or the flu, or I just didn't feel good. 2-3 times I felt that way. And 2-3 days later, I was fine. So who knows what it was? I don't know. Doesn't matter. At this point, it doesn't matter, you know? I know what they're for. They're not to stop you from getting infected. They never were. I think that's not really, at this point. I think if you look at it strictly from the outside, you see that it's a political move. How is it a scientific move? If it is, it's the dumbest scientific move that anybody could make, because they've been letting all these people come in and out without ever showing any vaccination records. They can be completely unvaxxed, and they've been coming into the country, and yet they didn't stop a thing. And now, because they have more people coming, that the Chinese that are coming in, now they want, we got to switch everything around. For what? For what? What's the point? Oh gosh, it's getting so bad now. No, it's not. That's the thing. People aren't keeling over. This is just ridiculous. Well, you got a point there, Mark. You got a point. Hey, listen, while I'm still coherent, please remember, leave a thumbs up, subscribe. Go to my website, anamericaninbangkok.com, pick up some merch, get yourself a shirt, get yourself a hat, whatever. Get some merch. Go down in the description. Everything's always down in the description. All the info's in the description. And while I may not respond to every email, I do read every email. So, or damn near every email. My assistant's at college right now, so on flights, most people have their mask below their nose anyway. It's virtual signaling, if you ask me. Well, yeah, that's one way of thinking of it, for sure. I mean, I saw it the other day. There's a woman who's standing there. She's acting like, she's all that because she's got the mask on, but the mask is below the nose. And I wanted to go, honey, you're breathing on the top of that, and you're breathing in where your nose is, and you get your mouth on there. And I wanted to say something, but I just, I don't, It's politics, man. It's politics. It's power and politics. That's the only thing I can think. Power and politics, which go hand in hand. It's frustrating to see it over and over again, and there's nothing you can do about it. Supposedly, out of the 40 million from 2019, the 40 million international arrivals, 11 million were from China, so a little more than 25%. It says the principle is there will not be any discrimination against a particular country because COVID-19 is spreading in all countries and the strains are similar. So COVID-19 should not be an issue of discriminating against any one country, which makes absolutely no sense. So why don't we just say, yeah, exactly, it's political. What we can say is, when China opened the floodgates and says we're letting our tourists out, Thailand doesn't want to take a chance. And so instead of pissing the Chinese off and telling them, well, your group of people, your tourists need to all be vaccinated or they can't come in, they say, well, everybody has to be vaccinated, which shows that is an Asian way of doing business right there. And I don't always agree with those kind of transactions. What are you going to do? You need proof of vaccination there, NeuroJack. That's what we're talking about here. We may get a little rain today. It's nice and blue skies, but now it's turning gray. Looks like the rain's moving in. Anyway, let me go on here. Everyone traveling to Thailand from Sunday must show full proof of vaccination, proof of full vaccination, or a letter certifying that they have recovered from COVID-19 infections no more than 6 months prior. Unvaccinated travelers must have proof of why they cannot receive a vaccine. So if you don't have proof, you ain't coming to Thailand. Details of the approved vaccine, okay. I need to show this. Well, what I think is sad is that the Thais are so willing to alienate. Well, I don't know, but I don't think that they're alienating a lot of people, non-Chinese, because I think most people they're probably vaccinated. The insurance can be a bit of a hassle. So I mean, in one sense, I kind of understand what they're doing here, but I mean, they so easily capitulate to the Chinese. It doesn't seem right. I mean, the timing is, I don't know, it doesn't seem right to me to switch it around just for them. But this is politics. Gotta have 2 vaccinations from 2 years ago. Yeah, well, I haven't been vaccinated in a long time now. I don't even know how long. It's not. They're not the vast majority. They're about 22%. But yes, they are. They're the number one group, and that's why I said that in 2019 that supposedly 11 million Chinese came to Thailand out of the 40 million. There was 11 million Chinese that came. Well, when it comes to the insurance, I think everybody should have, like, they should come up with like a real basic traveler's insurance, and they have these things where you're paying like $3 a day or something, $5 a day. So you're somewhere for 2 weeks. It costs you $70. I mean, if but the other thing is, what about the tax that people have to pay? When is that supposed to be? Is it? I thought it was this year or in the beginning of this year sometime. There's the entry tax. It's what, 400 baht or something like that. Okay. They have to pay an entry fee of 300 baht, and that is supposed to be for to be used for tourism. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, I thought there was something about insurance here, but they're not saying anything in this article. So I don't think that it says, the Ministry of Tourism says that the tourist tax will be spent on developing tourist attractions. However, the ministry also said the tax will act as an accident insurance for tourists who get into trouble during their stay in the kingdom. I think the verbiage here is rather poor. For those who get into trouble during their stay in the kingdom. What does that mean? You mean if they have a medical emergency? So I think the verbiage is very important. And, so what happens if you have an emergency and you get the Wuhan? What happens if you get that? Isn't that a medical emergency? No, I'm curious to know how these things are going to play out. $300 for 6 weeks. Well, a lot of countries have the tourist tax, but I think what people worry about here, and they shouldn't have to worry about it, but they do. They worry about, well, where's the money going? There's a lot of news about people falling down suddenly and not getting back up. I don't know what to believe anymore. Yeah, I don't either. Really. I'm having a hard time with news. I just don't have any desire to know about things like I used to. I mean, before I was very hungry for the information. Now it's better I don't know. A lot of things I just want to put my head in the sand. I don't think it's important to know. This place is busy today. Health insurance is a must. I just got a gallbladder surgery from Colombia. At home, I would have to pay for it. Yeah, that gallbladder surgery is a bitch, man. Accidents while driving under the influence voids insurance policy. Yep. Annual travel insurance policy for me and my wife is $1,000. That's not too bad. On Rumble, they have a lot of info you won't see in the mainstream. Yeah, I wish I could do something like that. The thing with Rumble is that it's still public. You can't make it. I don't think you can make it unlisted or private or any of that. I don't think you can do that. But I don't know. Never looked. I've never looked. To see. Oh, we welcome everybody here. New people, old people, young people of the age of 18 and over. Who had it? I've never said I had COVID. I don't know who had it. Not me. Yeah, I don't. I don't really see it. I don't know. I don't think it's logical. Hey, Andy, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm loving it. All right. Choke knee to you. You are the first and the only I don't know why I've been drinking so much water this morning. China requires returnees to test negative to go back, so that's yeah, the issue is not about the actual rule. The issue is who they're applying it to. Why are they applying it to other foreigners? See, that's the question. Why they're doing that? Not to offend China. That's what the truth is. At least in my world. In my world, that's the truth. And eventually it's going to catch up. It's going to catch up to China. I believe that'll happen. Hardly no one here getting the fourth jab. People are over it. Listen, none of us have got our fourth jab. I think maybe my wife has 4. I don't remember. But Alex only has 2. I have 3. Nicholas has 3. And I think my wife has 3 or 4. Thank you very much, Nora Jack. Appreciate that. Well, I try to give the good news and the bad, but, people don't care about good news. It seems like that's what the truth is. They don't care about the good news. Well, if it means that they get to come into Thailand and, they've got a girl waiting for them at the ramp and, the taxi's already lined up. They just go outside, boom, they're all ready to go. She's got a beer in her hand. Okay, that would be fantastic, but that's not how it works. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking at something else here. Another article. Yeah, travelers going to countries that require negative test results must also have insurance. So that would be the Chinese for sure. Yeah, so in other words, if you're going, who the hell wants that many? Really? You may have 3 girlfriends, but they might not be the girlfriends you really want. Anyway. All right, let me see here. What is this one? Yeah, okay. China will open their own border to eligible foreigners without quarantine from Monday, January 9th. Well, now this is old news. Yeah, so I don't know what people are going to do if you're not vaccinated. The bottom line is you're not coming. You're not getting on a plane to come to Thailand. Crazy. Anyway, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Well, how is it not to appease the Chinese? If you think about it, it's like, oh, well, now that the Chinese are going to get out in mass and come into our country, everybody else coming into the country better have their vaccinations as well. But right now, because the Chinese are not coming in, or before now, then, how are you going to swing that? How can you spin it any other way? Well, yeah, that's the problem. They are not just calling out China because they don't want China to lose face. You know. Well, yeah, that's the thing. You can go into China, you just have to show your vaccination records. Oh, listen, I will never go to China again. Never. I don't think it matters there, Alan. I hate to tell you that, but I don't think it matters. It's, bottom line is, oh, well, are you jabbed? Thai study, which is globally quoted, shows an extreme association between those injections and myocarditis. What the fuck? You got me, man. You got me. Yeah, I've been there twice. Was it twice or 3 times? I think it was twice. But once was in Beijing. Another was in a smaller city. And I can't say anything bad about the people there. They were a little rude at times, but you could say, oh, well, that's just the way that they are or whatever. Okay, I can do that. So I don't hate on them for that. I didn't have a bad time when I was there. In fact, I had, during the Olympics when I went, I covered the 2008 Olympics. and the people who helped me, you know, in the media center and all, they were all Chinese, and they were all fantastic. They were great, good people, you know. But I think when it comes to governments and their political ideologies, it gets a little, things get a little frazzled. There'll be some horrific stories of tourists that, not having been to Thailand for 3 years, they suddenly have to think they're home. Yeah, I know. I don't think that. I think it's, you know. Yeah, it's about the money. It's always about the money, and it's always about, you know, the larger percentage of people being happy. Usually they get what they want, you know. And clearly, you know, it's not like I go to a lot of places and everybody's not wearing their mask. I mean, even in Chiang Mai, a lot of people were wearing their masks. Gotta get some water. What does fake papers have to do with anything? What do I care about that? I don't care if they get fake papers in China. Let the Chinese come in on their fake papers. It's what they always do. It doesn't surprise me one bit. Well, I'm not going to tell this whole story because I've told it too many times. But all I'll say is a diaper where the front and the back, a strip, is cut out so the child can do his business frontways and backwards, and there's nothing holding it in. That's what I think of. And I think of walking in to a large restroom and seeing an old man in the midst of his relieving himself. He was squatting, okay? I mean, I just think of those things. And I know, okay, this is part of the beauty of China. But, you know, after a while, I just got like, listen, you guys are just disgusting here. You know, what don't you understand about the word disgusting? I didn't, you know, I had problems with that, and so did, I was with a Hong Kong guy, and that's one of the things that that not only him but everybody who I spoke with there, they really hate, because they get this, they get lumped together. Well, let's not just bash on the Chinese. I mean, I think there are some differences. There are some differences between them and you know. Do you think they'll keep the two-shot rule forever? No. Most Westerners are technically unvaxxed now because most folks never got boosters or additional shots and are now out of date. Doesn't matter. I mean, the government, the Thai government's going to say, cry me a river. They don't care. They don't care. If you haven't got a booster, if you haven't got anything, then that's your issue. And, if you got 2 shots, that's all you need. So, anyway. Date doesn't matter, what? Yeah, but date doesn't matter. Yeah, well, I mean, this is why I there is no logic to this. Generally 1 + 1 = 2. In this case, that's not the end result. 2 is not the end result. Here's the thing. Nobody cares. They don't care about you. So don't think they do. They don't give a shit. It's going good. I'm about the same, I mean, it's gotten a little harder now to stay on that, but I've been doing it faithfully. Religiously. Let's see here. Yeah, nobody cares. I hate to tell you that. Not to burst your bubble or come off like an asshole. I'm just being real with you, man. Nobody cares. They don't care. If you're not able to come in, I feel good, man. I feel good. I'm bored. I'm bored. I need to get on some epic journey. And I don't know what's going on. I'm still trying to figure it all out, but I am working on it. That's one of the things that I'm doing most of the time. It takes time to sit there and look through stuff and decide, is this worthwhile, is it not? And I don't know, Here in Bangkok, it's gotten a lot harder, but there is one place that I want to go, and I think I've only told one person about it, and he's not here right now. But I need some kind of an epic journey, some week long out in the jungle in Cambodia somewhere or something. I don't know. I need something. I thought the same, and now so many Russians are managing to come to Thailand. They have no idea where they have getting their money. Another black coffee, no milk and no sugar. No, I don't have any of that. Thank you very much. What I'm gonna do, what I've been doing is I just have a black coffee in the morning, and I have tea like 2 or 3 times. Maybe I have coffee one other time in the day, or sometimes in the morning I'll have the bulletproof coffee. You know, put the butter, the MCT oil, a little bit of cacao powder, mix it all up. I don't know where he is. He's, you know, he's been running around a little more than, well, I don't know. It just seems this way. He's running around a lot. He's, one minute he's here, the next minute he's there. He did send a message, actually. He sent a message this morning right when I first, go to my YouTube channel. I said, go to my stream chat. I'm streaming now. I can't talk, like, offline. How? He doesn't know how to go onto YouTube. He's done it before, and he can't remember how to do it. Come on, Chucky. I don't know. He may not get this in time. I don't know. I love, what is this? Gennaro, loving American politics. Got a new House Speaker, I see. Yeah, I saw that as well, but I have no idea what it means. You know, God, do I have to say it again? I'm so apathetic when it comes to U.S. politics. Really. Egypt. No. So, let's see here. So, like in the United States, I don't think you don't need a PCR test to get into the country. So you shouldn't even technically you should not even need insurance if you're coming from the United States. That's my line of thinking. I don't know if it's true or not. Hey, thank you, Mr. Allen. Thank you very much. Choke D to all you guys. I appreciate it. You know, I want to do something. I want to do something epic, man. And, you know, going to Ecuador, going to Florida, going to wherever in Europe, yeah, that's great. But I'm talking about a real, like, I need something epic. Myanmar sounds pretty good. Myanmar's always good for adventure, but I don't know. I'd have to, you know, I'm still looking into it. And obviously, you know, you don't want to run the risk of going out of the country, and then for some reason they lock down the borders even tighter and you can't get back in. And then it's like, okay, now what do I do? Yeah, Antarctica, that'll work. That's the place to go. I don't see any reason to go there unless I'm going on some nice cruise, and I don't see that happening. Wow. So a lot of people will start to, a lot of people from this stream will now either be here visiting, in this next 6 months they'll be here visiting, a lot more people, or they'll be moving here. Some of them will be moving here. After Thailand, taking a cruise to Amsterdam. Oh man, I love Amsterdam. That's probably my second or third favorite place on the planet. I don't know, because it's been about 10 years since I've been there, 8 years. And the last time I was there, it was during November. I think it was November. November, December, and it was so cold. It was so cold that what I would do is I'd just walk and take photos, and then after maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I'd pop into a little cafe, get myself a hot chocolate, sit there, cool down, go back outside, do that for another half an hour, pop in and do the exact same thing. I like the Netherlands a lot, and you know, it's been a while, but I know an American guy who is living there now, and I don't know how I would feel. You know, I'd have to go back again, but back before I came to Thailand, and I was in the Netherlands, I wanted to live there. That was a place I wanted to move. I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know, you know, how can I do it? The time was not right at that point. Let's see here. Even though the flight prices have tripled, I'll still be going in May for the Rocket Festival. Oh. Wow, it's only 10:20 and they're open already. They're weird about the hours, man. Bangkok. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's where it was. No, I have not been to Chile. I have not been there. I know somebody who's been there, but quite honestly, he didn't say a whole lot. I get, you know, like Gennaro, what are you looking like? You just want to take a trip there, or you're actually thinking about maybe living there, or what's the deal? Bo, my wife, actually expressed interest in Nepal, in going to Nepal. I was like, really? You'd like to go there? It's cold there, lots of snow. I said, yes. Yeah, you know, I stayed away from South America for the most part just because it's very expensive to get there. I mean, if I want a lot of things to do, I mean, you know, just go to the Amazon. Go to any of the countries in South America, Colombia, you know, Brazil, wherever, and there's plenty of adventures there. It might get you killed, but I think Chuck has been to. I think he went to Antarctica, and he also went to Chile, I believe. Let me see something here. Did you go to Chile? I mean, he's read messages apparently, so I'm staying 4 days in Kanchanaburi in March. 4 days. You got to go all the way to the border. I mean, you can do that easily from Kanchanaburi, but yeah, I don't know where Chucky is. Anyway. Officials believe that as people resume traveling from China in large numbers, the prospect of people in many countries contracting COVID-19 will rise. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, I do know how I feel about it. I feel like, okay, so now what? What are you going to do now? You know, it's never going to be 100%. There's not going to be any zero COVID. Let me see something here. Oh, yeah. You got me, man. You got me. You know, if so, basically, by saying everybody needs to be vaccinated because the Chinese are coming, they're saying all the people from China are going to infect everybody else. That's what they're saying. You have to be vaccinated when you come in here, or else they may kill you. Of course it's political. It's ridiculous. No, you don't need to. Asking for a friend. That's nice, you're asking for a friend. Aren't you the good friend? No, however, I did see something, and I don't know exactly what's going on, but they did say something to the effect that anytime anybody buys weed, they're gonna make it to where they have to use their Thai ID card. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but what does that mean for anybody who doesn't have one? And that has not become clear yet. It doesn't really matter. I mean, at the end of the day, to me, I don't really care. But, you know, I know there's a lot of people that do care. That's pretty scary, Alan. Government pretending to protest the desert. Well, isn't the government always acting in our best interest? I mean, that's what if you listen to them, that's the only thing that they care about is you. The bottom line is they don't care about you or I. You know? And that's okay, I don't need them to. But then don't lie. Don't control me. You know, I've been thinking about this a lot. I just want to make it as far as I can, having a good time, being a, you know, semi-decent person, even decent. Just want to make it to the end. I think that's what everybody wants. They don't want all these hassles. You know, you want to come into Thailand, I mean, I hate to sound simplistic, but this is not like, you know, everybody who is standing next to you is going to make you keel over if you're not careful. That's not how it's working. That's not how it is. It's time we wake up. Being a non-smoker, should you use eatables? I'm asking for a friend. Well, I've made it known I'm not somebody who I don't particularly like the stuff like when I was young. Certainly not smoking. But I think the edibles are hit or miss. You need to, you know, trial and error. That's what you're going to need to do. But, you know, I have not seen or heard anything about people going, oh, well, if you're a foreigner, you're not allowed to do that here, or something like that. I haven't seen anything to that effect in the news or anywhere. I haven't heard anything about it. But I'm not someone who's real entrenched in that part of the world, that category, that whatever. Anyway, what's important to most people is, can I get into the country that I want to go to? And that's all they care about. You know, I've planned out a trip to the Congo several times, and I always come up with the same answer, which is, damn, it's expensive to go there. To go there and stay there and be safe, and, you know, not knowing what you're doing, and to get broken in there and figure things out, it's pricey. And that alone stops people from going into a place. So if now people who don't have insurance have to have insurance, for some people, yeah, but you know, it's the government's going to lose out on a few people, and a few people are going to be irritated, pissed off. But I think on the whole, most people, it doesn't matter. They're just gonna come, show their, I got the shots. You know. I don't know what you guys think. Let's see here, if there's anything else. Yeah, what I want to know is how this affects the number of tourists coming in. So when this is implemented from, you know, today on, or from tomorrow on, how many tourists come in versus the previous month? Are the numbers dwindling? Are they going down? And then they'll see. And you know, it depends on how much the people are spending. I've heard various things. I've heard that the Chinese spend a lot. I've heard that they don't spend a lot, and part of the reason is because they try to keep the money in Chinese companies. You know. Big shootout? No, I didn't see anything. I know nothing, you know. I'm trying to get away from that. If I talk about something in a little video or something, where a talking head kind of video, it'll be about a news story that I find interesting. Other than that, you know, that does not affect me. Doesn't matter. I missed the start of the stream. Do you have to have proof of vaccine and insurance? Yes, you do. You have to have 2 vaccinations, and you have to have insurance for COVID. If Thailand were smart, they would offer cheap travel insurance to undercut the big Western companies like Safety, and people would buy it. Yeah, or what they would do is just get a cut from the Thai insurance companies. Maybe that's what they'd do. They'd get a little cut, a little kickback from the Thai insurance companies. I don't know. I don't know about all those illegal, corrupt type activities. We are going to not travel as much now. Yeah. There you go. Oh, boy. I've had 2 double espressos and I'm still not awake. Alrighty. Well, I hate, once again, like I said, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But I would not, at this point, I would not totally write off Thailand. For sure I wouldn't, because this may only stay in place for a month or two. And the other thing is that the insurance might not stay in place because of this accident insurance. I mean, why wouldn't, I don't know, I guess catching a virus is not an accident, so it wouldn't be covered under their accident policy. I don't know. Well, I would not let the insurance, I mean, really, when you go somewhere, I mean, do you have the, if something, let's say that something happens to you and all these surgeries and everything, it ends up costing you 80,000 US dollars. You've got 10,000. You can't raise that other 70,000 US. What are you going to do? You're just going to say, oh, well, that's not how it really works. Hope they don't make me show vaccine and insurance proof. Yeah, I don't see that they would. Not as long as you're here. I mean, you're just going to immigration, so you're still here. I don't think they would make you get it unless you exited and then had to come back in. Yeah, exactly. People should have travel insurance. And I think it's good if Thailand provides a fairly reasonable, decent accident insurance policy. I think that's a good thing. If you're going to pay, you might as well pay and get something for your money. But I don't know that they need to take that responsibility. But then they have this parental guardianship over their people. They like to have that for some reason. With the alcohol and everything like that, they think they know best for the people. We have automatic travel insurance when we use our Visa card to book our trips. Yeah, that would be a good thing. Insurance cost me $300 for 3 countries. That's not bad. That's not really bad. And you were gone like 6 weeks. I don't know what they're giving the extensions now. I thought that it was 45 and 45 that they put that into place, but I don't know where we're at now. After a while, it's when things are changing all the time. I just when everything's final and it seems like it's final, that's what I want to know. That travel health insurance through IMG for $70 a month. I'm 57. Yeah. 45 plus. Well, it was 45 plus 30, but I thought that they had made it 45 and 45. But they don't, that's not how it was in the past. It was 45 and 30, like you said. But you might be right, because I think that they were talking about that and people were like, oh, is it 45, 45? And then they eventually just said, no, it's 45 and 30. So, but see, this is the thing. If people search online, they find all different rules depending on what year it is, or what month it is. It's just why it's going to be difficult for some people to find out the updated, latest to the second rule. 75 total, and it ends in March, I think. Okay, so. And let's not forget that if they do make a big deal about this, I don't think they're going to say, oh, well, we'll just give you an extra 30 days because of COVID. I don't think it's going to be like before. I think it's going to be, you need to leave. If you want to come back, you need to show us your vaccination records, and you need to show us your insurance paperwork. If you're from a country that requires a test, you know, pretty cut and dry. Pretty cut and dry, but you know, everything depends on how they choose to decipher it. They write it one way, it might be a little bit different than what you think, you know, and that's what I want to see what happens. After a week or two, things will shake out. This is what they always happens. Things shake out. People start to see, you know, well, this is what happens in this case. Then the next thing you know, there's some kind of a, you know, there's some structure to it. Right now, I don't know. I want to see how this works. Are certain airlines not checking? Are certain airlines really strict? Are some not strict? You know. Anyway. Got a few people here. Still looks like it's gonna rain, but it hasn't yet. So I kind of hope it does. Out of Thailand now, so I will have to show vaccine insurance. We said it was good until. Yes, you will have to show. You'll have to show proof of vaccination and insurance. The fact that you have a visa doesn't matter. Yeah, and you know, again, I mean, I just don't see the Thai government saying, okay, well, we know it was a bit rushed, so we're just going to let everybody come in. I don't see them doing that. They've already put the word out. Boom, this is how things are done. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate, but for a few days, there's going to be some people who are upset. And then after that, you know, that's it, man, you know. They're constantly changing the rules and updating and modifying and, you know. Wow, you are lucky, Paolo. You're a lucky man. It's good that I can be semi-useful. Hang on a second, I need more water. Until, yeah, I thought that was until like February 1st, but I thought it was February 1st. That's what I thought I saw. You know, I think in this instance, if you're on your way over here, you just better make sure that if you have insurance, your insurance covers COVID. And you know if you've been vaccinated twice. If you've been vaccinated twice, you got nothing to worry about. And you got the insurance. and you're going to need to show something from the insurance that says something about your coverage of the virus. Yeah, yeah. But that's the thing. You know, they extend and extend and extend and extend. And I think what's going to happen is that when the majority, there's a peak of travelers from China coming in, I think after a couple of weeks, if there's no rise in the cases, then Thailand may reconsider what they're doing. I don't know what they would change, but they may reconsider it, or it may be months. I mean, you know, who knows? But I don't know why they've done this, because things are just starting, the momentum is just starting to pick up. It's like they're rolling down the hill and they're starting to pick up speed, and now all of a sudden it's like they're being stopped, to me. Because although you know, you want to get vaxxed or you don't want to get vaxxed, that's up to you. If they want to let you in, or they don't want to let you in, that's also up to them. So I feel bad for people who aren't vaxxed and who really want to come here. That's the choice they have to make, but that's life, you know. What else are you going to say? You either choose to get it or you don't. There you go. I mean, yeah, I'm good to go. Now, you know, if in another couple of years they go, oh, if you were vaccinated in 2020, you know, you're going to have this, or... Yeah, I don't know, man. When's it going to end? Isn't it over? Is it over yet? I mean, you know, it feels like it really feels kind of like a dream. It feels like we're in the middle of some movie that they're making. I mean, really, that's what it's starting to feel like. It's so surreal. I didn't get the fourth vaccine either. Yeah, I mean, I don't care about what liberals want, what conservatives want. I don't care about what they want now. So whatever affects me, I care about that. Call me selfish. It will never be over. Probably not. Just got back from Thailand. Got food poisoning second to the last day. Mala skewers on the streets of Chiang Mai. Oh, Alvin, we just came from Chiang Mai. And you know, one thing that struck me, and it wasn't just in Chiang Mai. So I don't want to make it sound like, you know, oh, I had bad experiences there in Chiang Mai and not elsewhere. That's not true. But I've noticed that it used to be, I used to say, and this is not all that long ago, when I've said, when I go to a Thai restaurant, I just expect it to be great. I expect the food to be excellent. Because most of the time it is. Or it's at least very good. You know, you're like, oh, this is real good. But I've noticed that in the past, I'd say 6 months, there have been a lot more cases of me getting food, and I'm like, this is not really that good. You know, this is like, It's like, you know, like it's a difference between getting really good Chinese food back in New York City you get really good Chinese food, or you go to some place that's got the slop sitting out. It's been sitting out all day and they just throw it into a little styrofoam container. You know, it's the difference between really good Chinese and then the other stuff. You know, the junk. I'll send you a video on Messenger about the vaccine. It's on the Chinese coming. We need to show proof of vaccination for the Chinese. That hasn't been nearly effective. Well, I've heard various different things about this column. About it depends on which Chinese-made vaccine you're referring to. Now, I just eat foreign food and have no interest in Thai food at all. Really? Well, I mean, I don't generally make Thai food. Why is this? What? How do you know? You just didn't wash your hands good enough after going poo-poo, and that's how you got sick. Oh. No, Alvin, it's not down. If you use this email address, boom, that should work. Because of the new rules with the Thai government and PayPal, my PayPal is no longer in service, so I use my wife's. So there you go. Oh, your fellow wrench man. That's nice. I gotta close this real quick. Hang on one second. My wife has hand wipes. She did warn me not to eat the beef skewers, the pork skewers. 1 second. Where are we for time here? We have a few moments. You've been watching Malin 2023, the new improved version, Malin 2.0. Yeah, that's it. Listen, if you guys got any ideas for expeditions to Q Asia, if you got any ideas, I'd like to put my head together with a couple of people and figure something out. How do you turn a fox into an elephant? Feed her bonbons? You tell me. I'm not good at jokes. Oh, Mary. Gennaro is he's the new comedian. Foxy lady. That's what he's talking about. What's the difference between a fox and a dog? 3 drinks. I'm gonna say a couple of beers, a couple shots of tequila. 4. I don't know where, this place is different now. This Starbucks has completely changed. And, it's bound to happen. They just get new people that don't work here for more than a short time, And the fact that they still come in, the 2 girls still come in and work, and they're here every once in a while. They don't come in according to my schedule. That's not how it works. Oh, really? Hang on a second. You could try my name just my name, at me.com. That's weird if it doesn't work. Anyway, thank you for trying though. Hopefully you can figure something out. But I used to go to that exact Starbucks in 2016. Boy, do I miss hanging out in Thailand. Speaking of very average Thai food, Terminal 21 food court will stick more to smaller places along the street. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think the mom and pop places, those are the way, those are the places to go, man. I mean, when we were in Chiang Mai, my wife had some cow soy, and you know, they have it here, but she's like, it's not the same. At that place is like known as the best place for cow soy. So she doesn't want to have anything that's inferior, you know, but I wonder how long this place. The thing that I don't remember, and I wasn't streaming at this time, which, by the way, I haven't done anything, said anything, I just haven't had time. Today is what, the 8th? Yesterday, let's wish a big happy birthday to my channel. It turned 10 years old yesterday. My YouTube channel is 10 years old. Hey, thank you, Richard. Thank you very much. Choke knee to you. Appreciate that. Yeah, my turn 10. It's strange because there were things that I was doing before I started making videos and streaming. I look at some of the videos that I made like 10 years ago, 9 years ago, and I just go, oh my God, they're horrible. And I still look at my videos and go, oh my God, they're horrible. There's a lot of videos I look at that I say that, but I know they're they're better than they were in the past. And for 10 years, that should be good. So, good cup. Well, thank you very much. How does Monash tell the difference between a fox and a dog? I don't know. He has to drink a couple of beers. I'm hoping our local mom and pop place also sells weed. There are so many places now that, oh, thank you very much, Andy. Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Gennaro. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Yeah, 10 years old. It's strange because I remember when I first started what I was thinking, which was I didn't think anything. I didn't think it was going to go on. I didn't think it would be long term. Didn't think any of that. And I didn't know anything at all about YouTube. It wasn't nearly what it is now. Well, I gotta say, I hope that in 10 years, yeah, I got some stuff that's that old too. My wallet's pretty old, actually. The one thing that I do hope is that on occasion, some of those videos made people go, maybe I'm not thinking so clearly right now. I mean, oh, it's good, but, you know, oh, congratulations on your, it's supposed to be 10-year milestone, but here's to 10 more. Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Choke D. Choke D, choke D. Now, I will say this. like I said, I got to think of, we got to set up some things with my kids to get their U.S. passports renewed, which is a bit of a hassle, because when they got their first passport, they were under the age of 16. And in the United States, that means that now what they're doing is getting a first-time adult passport. So they have to do everything by themselves. We can help them, but they're going to have to go on their own. They're going to have to do all that stuff. And they've got to have the time. And so we're trying to get that set up and then go to the U.S. and maybe go somewhere else, at least one other place, on the way or on the way back. And then there's Chucky, Dr. Scott Mountain. Oh, well, thank you very much, Alvin. I appreciate that. Joe D. So, yeah, all that's great. Oh, yeah. Going back home. Okay, I hope I do. I want to. I miss my family. I miss the area. But I gotta say, what I really have been thinking lately is I gotta figure something out to do. I need another. It can be epic. It can be really cool. It can be, I need something like a trip to like Bangkok. Yeah, exactly. There's only one Dr. Mallon, and it's not me. Yeah, there's no quarantine. Not here. Yeah, I need some journey, man. I know I'm like sounding like a broken record, but when I get in this frame of mind, it means I need to go somewhere. I know how I am. I know I get that antsy feeling. And I said to my wife the other day, I said, "Oh, when's the next Thai holiday?" Well, it's not until March. I think it's the middle of March. And I think it's on a Monday. I can't remember what it is. Maybe it's Makabucha Day or something. You get a day off, so, So, Dowlo, please allow me to refer you to a nurse I may know. Let me just refer you. Coconut water can be calming. Okay, it can be. How are Nepal? I like Nepal. I like Nepal a lot. And it was surprising when I said to my wife, I really like Nepal, I'd like to go there and stay there for a bit. And she said, really? Is it cold there? And I said, yeah. She said, she likes the mountains. I like the beach. But I like mountains too. What is this? Longhorns? Sounds like a plan. Oh. We don't need any of this. Yes, you need COVID insurance. It depends on where you're coming from. You need to see if your country requires a test to enter the country. Yeah, but this is taking place. This starts today, Alvin. Actually, 1 a.m. tomorrow. So. It's a bit confusing. I would say if you are not planning on coming in the next couple of days, if you didn't have a trip planned, you better scramble. Well, I think does Australia need a PCR for just for Chinese, or does it need it for Australians, whoever else is coming into the country? I thought it was just for Chinese. So if you don't require a test, then I don't think you require. Yeah, so I don't think that the U.S. or Australia needs insurance if they're coming into the country. And don't you say you feel sick on arrival. No PCR test in Oz. Okay, so you should be good to go. That one came. That one came out of left field, Dallo. Oh my God. All right, well, it's been a glorious morning. I promise you, I am working on. I'm working on something to go somewhere. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if it'll be still just in Thailand. Obviously, Thailand. The reason for Thailand is because I know it better than anywhere else I know in Southeast Asia. I'm most comfortable here, but that doesn't really matter to me. What matters is the cost. And if you do something, if I was to do something in Thailand, the cost is going to be less than if I decide to travel somewhere else. But you know, we, as in I, will keep trying to figure out somewhere cool. And you know, I just mean I want to go somewhere where when people see it, they you know, they're like, wow. Oh man, this place is awesome. And then you go to another place and another place. And I wanted to do that in Chiang Mai, but I didn't really have a chance. Yeah, thanks a lot, Dallo. That's the thing. I've come to the conclusion that there's a lot of things that people will never do in their life. I'm never going to go to that place. It's too hard. It's too this. It's too that. It's too much of it. Oh, it's too much of a hassle. Oh, it's painful. And then I go, well, you know what? That's the kind of stuff that I do just because nobody else is doing it. And I don't always want to be doing what other people are doing, you know? Sometimes you got to, like, you know, put your foot down and go, nah, I'm not going to do that. But meet me in Cambodia. Actually, I thought about coming to Cambodia. I have a buddy who lives there now, and he's very happy there and everything, you know. But what I wanted to do in Cambodia is something that I think I asked 2Q Asia, 2QA. I talked to him about it, and it was going out like it was doing some like jungle trek through a couple of villages in Cambodia. I thought about doing that, and I still like the idea. But there are a couple things that I want to do in the next month or two, and one of them is to make sure everybody knows you can go over to my website. I got new stuff going online all the time. You can get merch. You can help me that way. It does help. You know, you can never have enough hats and mugs and t-shirts. Those prawn cakes in Vietnam, there's something I'd never eat. Listen, those were so freaking good, man. Because all it is it's batter. It's batter to hold everything together. And then you got, it's like a potato flour batter with the shrimp and everything. And it's boiled so much in that oil that you just, I mean, it all tastes alike. It's so good. Yeah. I think really, you know, Chiang Mai for me, I think, you know, I can't say I dislike it, but it's not somewhere that I love, like, oh my God, I love this place, you know. It's just, I don't have that feeling, and I think it's because yeah, too many tourists, you know? I think that's what it is. I'll talk about that in a minute here. I've made seafood pancakes, yeah. Prawn cakes, kimchi I've really been getting into kimchi lately because it helps my stomach. 2 from Bangkok, Kathmandu, 20 grand. Time to revisit that special bridge that you enjoyed so much. Oh yeah, that bridge. Actually, there's hairier bridges that I want to go to. Yeah. You know, what I think is, when it comes to Chiang Mai, what I remember is the small town, or much smaller town, old school Thai. That's what I remember, because that was my first, when I got my first look, that's how it was. Nowhere near developed as it is now. Nowhere near as much traffic before. It's the only version you screamed on, yeah. I wonder why. Because some toothless old hag grabbed me instead of 2Q Asia. Okay, thank you, Dallo. Chiang Mai, rather than Western nomads, I actually felt like I was in Europe again. Yeah, that is something. I mean, I went to a few places that were known as places that foreigners went. One of the places that I went was this this place that I'm going to show. I think I'm going to show it. I shot video of it. If I can, I'm going to finish up one Pattaya video today and put it up. But then I also have Chiang Mai videos. So I got all kinds of footage of this stuff. And there were a lot of foreigners, man. And I mean, we went to some places, and even, listen, I went to one place in Monjam. I think the guy's name was Dave, or David. But I was walking around, and my wife had put this hat on my head. And she said, "Oh well, if you know, you have to." I forget what it was. You have to donate like 20 baht or 50 baht or something, and then they give you a hat and like a basket. You put a basket on your shoulders, as like a backpack, and it's the modern. It's like they're. I don't know what the people were even in. I don't think it's Hmong. Well, maybe it's Mon. I don't know. But, you know, they wear this particular hat and particular thing on the back. And, you know, I go there and, like, I don't see, there's really no foreigners there. And then this one guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, I know you, man. You're that guy, the YouTuber guy." I'm like, man, I can't go anywhere, you know? And I don't mean that in any particular way, but it was just like, this is the reason why I don't particularly like Chiang Mai. Not because I'm seen by people, but because there's so many foreigners. And I saw foreigners everywhere when I was there. And, you know, imagine when the Chinese come in. I don't even want to think about it. You let some hard grow back. Some hair, you mean this? Yeah, I've been lazy. Far more people can afford a car now instead of a motorbike. Yeah, there's so much traffic in Chiang Mai. And in Chiang Mai, there was a couple of places where I expected there to be some good food, and the food wasn't good. And I was disappointed. For some reason, I don't feel the same in Hua Hin, but Chiang Mai is a bit strange for me. Hua Hin reminds me of Chiang Mai in many ways, and one of those ways is that they're both overrun. There's a lot more traffic now. You know, it's just, after a while it becomes too much. You know, it becomes too much. It becomes a parody of itself, you know, really, if you think about it. You know, you look at a place, let's say they're going to beautiful Puerto Vallarta. You know, like on, what is it, The Price is Right, you know, Bob Barker, he's like, oh yeah, beautiful Puerto Vallarta, oh, and everybody's like, oh wow, oh, we get to go there. Well, Thailand's the same way. Oh, we get to go to Thailand, woo woo woo, yeah. I don't know, I think they've overdone it too much, you know. Let's all go, we're gonna be digital nomads in Chiang Mai. You know, it gets, after a while, it gets to be too much. Later, Mr. Andy. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Maybe it's that Hua Hin isn't on the Instagram route. I don't know. You know, I was thinking about it the other day. Well, you should. Some people do. I was thinking about it, and the thing about going down the coast and going, you know, Hua Hin, Prajua, Cha'am, you know, Krabi, Sortani, Nakhon Si Thammarat. If you're going down there, all the beaches they're not like beaches like on some of the islands where they're just beautiful sand and there's, you know, they're secluded, or there's only a few places that you can get like food and drinks from. I think a lot of the coast is so developed, and there's so many of the trees, you know. They're not my favorite beaches. I like the beaches on the other side, on the west side. Hua Hin, Alan, I don't know the last time you went, but to me, Hua Hin has changed dramatically. Isn't it Pak Bang? Pak Bang or Pak Bang? I thought it was Pak Bang. Insurance is only required of returning country. Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, this is the thing. Do you think it's actually the second most popular beach in the world? I don't know. I try to think of that. I definitely don't think it's the beach, the actual physical beach. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it has to do with what surrounds the beach. On the boardwalk, and the walkway, and Beach Road, and walking street. I think all those things, that's what people, they like. Maybe by people visiting it only. Yeah, I don't know, because I can't believe that it's second. Definitely it's not second for the beauty of its beaches. I mean, really. I don't know how that would be. And I try to think of all the beautiful beaches I've been in. I can't remember them because most of the time I'm going to a place and it might seem like it's no big deal to me, but it's a beautiful area. Most people would be like, oh my God, this place is awesome. I mean, I've been to too many nice beaches now. I couldn't even begin to rate it. No, it's not because of Jaws. It's because of the poo. It's because of the poo they let out in the water. All right, so if I can get this Pattaya, if I can get this, it's a popular vote, yeah. If I can get this Pattaya video up, I have some drone footage. At the end of the video. And I'm finding out that, you know, the thing with the drone is it's obviously it's fun. It is fun to fly it. At times it can be a little nerve-wracking, but not too bad. And you know, it's great to be able to have that extra tool. So I got that, right? I got a gimbal. I got everything pretty much I need. The next thing should be a GoPro, because I want to be able to do a few things that I can't do now with my phone, because I use my phone most of the time. And the phone is great because it's very lightweight, easy to carry. You don't have to carry, you know, big stuff around. Can your drone carry a grenade? I don't know. I don't know. Probably. The thing about the drone is it's 249 grams, which in the United States means you don't need to register it. But here in Thailand, because it has a camera, you have to register it. And so now I'm trying to find the coolest. One thing I've been researching is the coolest places to shoot drone shots in Thailand. And there is one of the reasons why I didn't go to this place that I wanted to go to this morning is because I actually thought that if I'm gonna go there, I need to go there very early, right when they open, so I have time to fly the drone before I live streamed. And I just didn't have my act together, you know. So some people want to take a risk and they may pay for the business. Well, yeah, but nobody says that Thailand is going to grant you freedom. There's no guarantee that they'll do that. That's just the way it is. And what they are worried about, and understandably so, is they don't want people coming in, then they get sick, and then they present a burden to the country. Yeah, I mean, this is the bottom line. Here in Asia, you don't get treated like that. You don't get treated that well to where, you know, this ain't Kansas. You know, I mean, really. And you know, if you the beautiful thing, Rafal, the beautiful thing is that if you don't like their decision, then you can file a suit and try to get them to allow you to travel without insurance or obligations. I mean, you know, that's the right that you have. And I understand what you're saying, but that ain't the way that the world works. Hell, in the U.S., you had to pay a penalty for not having insurance. I mean, yeah, that's ridiculous, too. That's pretty ridiculous. There's a lot of them, but wasn't that what the accident insurance was supposed to be for, that we're going to be paying in the tourist tax? So as large of a burden as foreigners place on this society, I kind of wonder the real numbers. I want to see the real numbers, the true and accurate data. You can get the Thai COVID insurance dirt cheap. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's not a big deal to me because I already got vaccinated. You know. Dental care where? In Thailand, dental care is every bit as good as in the US, just cheaper. Anyway, I think this stream has run its course. My biggest question is, okay, so I understand you need this and you need that. You need this, 2 vaccinations, you need that. Insurance, and you may not even need that. But for how long? How long? How long are we going to keep this in place? After the elections? You know, I'm curious to know. And is it really going to do any good? That's the bottom line. Is it really going to do any, is it going to benefit the people here and the people visiting? Is it going to really benefit people? I'm pessimistic when it comes to whether or not it's really going to help. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but it just seems like it's not the right move. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. Unsubscribe? Really? Wow. I have to see what happens when the COVID spike is panicked over. Yeah. This is what I mean. You know, this is now we're okay. Now we have to see in the future, 4 to 6 weeks. You know, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. Let's see what happens here. How long are they going to keep this new set of rules in place? That's really what I want to know. And, you know, I guess as long as they're letting people in who have been vaccinated or who have got over the illness in the 6 months, you know, you guys know what I'm saying. I can't believe what's going on here. I mean, you know, it's just I'm kind of in shock still. This is a real issue. To me, it's an issue. I think it's an issue. I don't think it's an issue for people who want to come here. I think it's an issue for the Thai people. Because I don't think this is a scientific thing. I think this is a political move. And then how does it benefit the average Thai financially? I don't know, you know. I mean, it's really thought-provoking. That's the word I would say. This dilemma, this situation, the way they're handling it. You know, I've only really had 2 days to even mull this over, and yeah, I don't even. I think that this is something that doesn't have to happen. It's just another move by the government. They're just doing what they want to do, and I think there's plenty of people, they don't have a problem with it. I mean, most people, they probably have no problem with the way things are going now. Maybe some people in the tourism industry feel a bit different, and I have yet to talk to my wife about this. But, you know, I think, as we've seen on this stream, most people have been vaccinated. Most people have insurance or can get insurance. It's not going to be, these two things are not going to stop people from coming here. The majority of people. You might lose a little bit, but you're going to gain that in Chinese, you know? Anyway, I think we're done here. Guys, it's been very nice, relaxing morning, and I want to think about this a bit because it is, like I said, it's thought-provoking. I'm not sure if this is there's going to be any benefit to this. You know, it's incredibly naive and ridiculous, but the rule maker has zero consequences. Yeah, you know, that's how it works. Chok di leo, jet gan mai. Well, thank you very much, Gennaro. Thank you guys for tuning in. I don't know when I'll be back, but there might be a video tonight or tomorrow morning, I'm not sure. Hopefully tonight. And I'll see you guys around. I gotta figure out my next moves for the next few months and for this year. So that's what I've been doing. Anyway, bon voyage. See you the next time around. Chok di, jerk and mine. All right? I'll talk to you guys later.